With more than 3 dozen doctors on hand for the arrival of quadruplets, how will this anxious couple fare when the reality finally sinks in? The stakes are high, especially for babies that are 5 weeks premature. Is this mom prepared for the difficult road ahead?
I just want to bring them home.
Yeah.
And how will the big brothers adjust once the babies come home?
He's smiling at me. I think they're so cute.
With 32 diaper changes, 20 feedings, and 6 loads of laundry every single day, how will this couple manage?
The parents of quadruplets change on average 30,000 diapers.
And how will mom cope when dad returns to work as an airline captain?
It's a lot to put on Nicole.
4 times the joy.
Yay!
4 times the tears. 40 fingers, 40 toes. Quadruplets up next on Make Room for Multiples.
I am feeling intense pain this morning, and I'm not sure why it hasn't been this bad. I really do feel fairly terrible.
The day of the C-section, it was, of course, very emotional. I was praying every second, as long as we got those babies out okay, we would be okay.
Honey, mommy's gotta go. I love you.
The day had finally arrived where we were going to be having 4 babies.
Feeling very nervous. Like it's very surreal. More and more sick to my stomach. Second set of elevators. I'm hungry, I'm dehydrated, and I'm cranky because I haven't slept.
The minute I walked into the hospital, I was completely overwhelmed. Completely.
I'm having 4 babies today or something ridiculous.
no.
I don't know.
When I first met Nicole, I was thinking to myself how fortunate I would be to have such a beautiful wife and 2 incredibly nice young boys.
Jake and Owen are my 2 sons from my first marriage. He was kind to me and kind to my children.
I'm from a family of 7, and I assumed growing up that I would be father of many children. I got to my 40s and still no children, and fortunately meeting Nicole, who was interested in having more children.
Who do you think I'll look like?
I mean, obviously they're going to be attractive.
We had tried to get pregnant for 6 months before we got the help of a fertility specialist. We had 1 failed IVF attempt, and on attempt number 2, we got the quads.
We have John, Ben, Kate, and Mary.
With quadruplets, there was discussion that we could be risking the pregnancy of all 4 of them by having 4. A woman isn't necessarily designed to carry 4 babies, but we wanted to give all 4 of them an equal shot.
Being pregnant with 4 babies inside of me, I guess physically was very full. I don't think it got too bad until the end, where I was just so tired and hadn't slept. To make it to 34 weeks and 2 days pregnant was the dream come true for us. We didn't think that we could ever do that.
Hello, good morning. The average gestational age for delivery of quadruplets is 29 weeks. So the fact that she's gotten to 34 weeks is truly remarkable. And Kate is head down on her left. Multiples typically have issues with growth, especially higher order multiples like quadruplets. All of our ultrasounds have demonstrated that they're growing well, so I would anticipate that they'll be in the NICU for approximately 2 weeks. Ready to meet the gang?
I'm ready to meet them. I'm ready to get the pressure off. It's very painful this week.
What do you think of having 4 babies?
We have 6 kids in the house.
You are gonna have a lot of kids in the house. When I found out Nicole and my brother were expecting quadruplets, I think after we all lifted ourselves up from the floor and we're like, you're kidding, right? It's just incredibly exciting.
I think we're all ready to roll. You're gonna do great.
Who cares about me? Can you just make sure you do great, please?
This will be great. It'll all be good.
Come on. It's gonna be all right.
When I walked down the hallway towards the operating room, I was blown away. There were roughly 30 people taking care of us. It's an overwhelming moment to know that this is what's going to happen.
When Nicole went off to the OR, I was saying prayers. In the back of my mind always was the nervousness of, oh boy, we're going to be bringing 4 babies home. I certainly was getting more and more anxious.
Let's roll.
Here we go. As we got closer and closer, the weight seemed to be getting heavier. It was all really happening right now.
What time is it? 55.
Laying on the table, getting ready to have these babies, I just wanted everyone to be okay. I didn't care how they did it or what they had to do, but I just wanted them to be okay.
I just want to hear her cry. Cry.
Yeah.
Cry. Oh, God.
There you go. That was pretty impressive.
To hear the first cry, and the second cry, and then the third cry, and the fourth cry. It's just, you know, it was everything that I had wanted to hear.
Watching the birth, I realized just how strong Nicole was.
You're daddy.
Sort of sinking in now.
Now?
I know.
Seeing tears in his eyes, it was just heartwarming to me. And it's something that I will never forget for the rest of my life.
I love you so much.
Once the babies were born, you know, I felt a real relief. I had been worrying for a long time, and it was just, the worry was over, knowing that everyone, Nicole and all 4 babies were good.
Just gets a little emotional.
I know that some of them had some issues with their breathing on their own for 5 or 10 minutes or something like that, but it was all very standard and they're all completely healthy.
Typically, they aren't ready to go home exactly at the same time, so they'll stay in the NICU as long as they need to be there.
I didn't want to leave the babies in the hospital. Having to go home was heart-wrenching.
I just want to bring him home.
Right now, we're doing 7 feedings a day, every 3.5 hours. I think we're averaging right now 32 diapers a day.
Did you poop? Oh, please, God, no.
We're gonna get IVs and give them a steady stream of sugar and water, so we don't want them to get hypoglycemic.
Okay, yeah.
So far, so good.
Very good. They looked good. They're all moving. They all have good color. They look like they're gonna do fine. All right, we've got pictures. So everybody take a look. Ben.
Oh, look at them. Oh, look at the hair. They're so big.
And that's Kate.
Oh.
Oh, that's Marion.
Oh.
That
Not too much hair.
is John.
Look at the long legs. Yeah, they're good-sized babies, huh? What do you think of that?
When the boys met the babies, it was just so sweet.
This one is not.
Babies are gonna come home. How do we want these home?
I told Nicole that she's giving me the greatest gift anyone could ever ask for. I consider myself a fortunate man.
Can I put my arm in? Hey. It's so warm in here. Are you stretching? Warm, baby, even in your cold armpit.
After spending 4 days just focusing on those babies and me having to go home, it was heart-wrenching.
Night-night.
See you, Johnny.
Bye, John.
You leave a piece of yourself somewhere else, and I couldn't bear to leave them even though I needed to.
I've seen them every day, and it's been such a luxury to just be able to go up there and to take care of them and to get to know them. I just want to bring them home. I want them with me.
What's up?
Coming home from the hospital, I was so happy to see my boys. That was great. It was kind of a nice distraction for me. And the first thing I think one of them said to me was, Mom, you don't have a belly anymore. I could hug them like I wanted to hug them, and I could squeeze them and be close and have them so close to me that it just felt good.
You gonna come home?
9 days after they were born, Ben and Kate came home from the hospital.
Ben and Kate from day one have been stronger than John and Emmy.
Oh, my goodness. Daddy's terrified.
I was definitely nervous around the babies, not certain as to how delicate they are.
The first few weeks where we just had 2 babies here and 2 in the NICU, I mean, we were dealing with 4 kids here and 2 kids there, and the back and forth was a little bit hectic. On my way there, I would cry, and on my way back, I would cry every time.
You ready to go home?
Emmy came home at 17 days from the hospital.
Okay, we're signing her out. Say bye-bye.
To have John come home 2 days later at 19 days, I was on cloud 9. I did it by myself because Stephen had to stay here and take care of the other kids.
I am building the 4th of these, I don't know what you even call them, bouncy seats. That's what they're called.
I would have had no idea what a bouncy seat was 4 years ago. Now I could put them together without the directions.
Last one out of mommy, last one home. Yay!
Well, you have a wonderful life and have fun raising those babies.
Hello. You're home. And say hi to your brother and sisters. Wow.
I don't think we really dwelled on, okay, now all 4 of them are home, what's it gonna be like? It was just 2 more to the mix.
And we've got to do what we've got to do.
He's expecting food right now. That's what he's doing.
So the first thing I do when I get the bottles is click on the stove and get that pot boiling.
We both have our roles, and we do what we feel most comfortable. Whoever's crying first, that's the one who gets changed first. Don't pee. Then, we'll start to feed that one, and then the next one gets changed, and we put that one down to be fed.
You want to throw this out for me? No thanks? I didn't think so.
You make sure that you keep things sort of contained and try not to let anything fall behind, because if you do that, you're never, ever, ever gonna come back from under it. I was really, really anxious about Stephen's first day back at work.
It's a lot to put on Nicole.
Did you have to do that right now?
The most challenging aspect of caring for the 4 babies is
Sleep deprivation.
With sleep deprivation. The wake-up call to feed them at 1:30, 2:30, 3:30 in the morning.
We're not so pleasant to each other at 2:30 in the morning after the 5th day of not sleeping.
Babe, why don't you change him and I'll get this ready.
Generally, the way we've been feeding them is Nicole has been hand feeding 1, and I have the other 3 propped up and literally move from 1 to 2 to 3.
And then
burp, burp, burp. Prior to having the quadruplets, I hadn't handled many infants.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. She's just coughing and burping at the same time.
Ooh. But I think my mother put me at ease. She said that God made babies to survive even the clumsiest of parents.
Hold on. There we go. Now it's good.
It's strange how quickly life can change, but it's also equally strange to me that I've been able to adapt to having the 4.
It's like a magician balancing plates on sticks.
You want butter on your bread? Are you taking your vitamin?
Yes.
The most important thing is to have a routine. Put your plate in. Sneakers, please. Okay, fair enough. It's very factory-like in this house. You have this conveyor belt of things that need to be done, and as it goes by, you do them. It's a school day, they're up, they're getting dressed, they're getting breakfast, there's getting laundry done, and the house clean, and when the babies need to be fed, they're fed, and that's how our day goes. Have a good day. We knew that we needed some help, so one of the nurses that we had at the NICU, we had become very friendly with, and she actually offered up help. That's Renee, and she's been incredible. I don't think that I could live without her right now.
You've got to do your best to get yourself on a schedule. Otherwise, all you'll do is change and feed babies 24 hours a day. You're all getting so big.
The most significant piece of advice that she's given me is that I really need to relinquish some control. I need to ask for help when I need it, and I can't do everything on my own. I was really, really anxious about Steven's first day back at work.
I'm a captain for a commercial airline. The first day back at work was hard because I definitely suffered separation anxiety. It's a lot to put on Nicole. I fly day trips, meaning I go out in the morning, fly somewhere, fly back, and I'm home in the evening. The first day back was about a 2.5-hour flight each way. You get plenty of time to think, how are things going at home? The financial requirements of raising 6 children are always a concern. Whatever is required, you'll do. You'll work this job, and if it turns out that a second job is required, or even a third, you'll take the second and the third job. I don't get totally overwhelmed, but I get nervous.
Right now we're doing 7 feedings a day, every 3.5 hours to 4 hours. No throwing up, kiddo. No throwing up. Learn to do everything with your feet. Ugh. Did you have to do that right now? Did you poop? Oh, please, God, no. I think we're averaging right now, between the 4 of them, 32 diapers a day. From now till they're potty trained, we'll change on average 30,000 diapers. What's going on, guys? Do you want to do a puzzle? I'm so proud of Jake and Owen. Even in the midst of all of this chaos for them, they've been amazing. And they've been loving towards their new siblings. Are you going to protect your sisters when they grow up?
Yes, we are. I think they're so cute and they're lots of fun. The best part of being the big brother is being the oldest.
Jacob and Owen, can you please come and get your clothes off the bathroom floor?
1 minute.
1, 2.
Okay.
Thank you. On days that Steven goes to work, it's a lot to manage.
Yeah, my t-shirt.
Hello? What do you mean your watch stopped? Okay, well, how long till you're home?
She runs the ship, she runs the house, and I try to stay out of her way.
Honey, I'm cooking.
Congratulations! You made it through your first week. Keep watching for more blissful moments of silence when Make Room for Multiples continues on TLC.
Jakers, are the babies okay?
Yeah, 3 of them are still awake.
Nicole's doing a great job. Oftentimes I'm at work. She's having to handle the situation by herself.
When Steven comes home from work, I feel complete and utter relief.
It's immediate jumping back into the fray.
I've been handling it all day. To have him even near me, he really is a calming thing for me.
She runs the ship, she runs the house, and I try to stay out of her way as much as I can.
Honey, I'm cooking. Here, garbage.
2 words she hears most often from me are, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, where are the Legos? Let's pray.
God, God is good and we thank you for food. Amen.
Very good, guys.
Good job, Alexa.
Let's get your sweater on and get your hair straightened up. Today we're doing a family photo shoot, and I think the biggest reason I wanted to do it was just to be able to look back because the time goes so quickly.
Good
Dad, okay, let's go.
Hi there. He's smiling at me.
Here, will you put your arm around your brother? Oh, that's awesome. There you go. I didn't think I was going to have any more kids after Jake and Owen, and I've been blessed with 4 more. I always say that he's nuts for even thinking that he wants another kid. You know, even joking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're nuts, you're crazy. You want another one, you're just not admitting it.
Well, I'm one of 7. I thought 7 would be
A good number.
Yeah.
Well, I drive a Suburban, and quite frankly, I really don't think that I'd want to drive a school bus.
Mom, Kyson under what?
The question of how we manage 6 kids, how do you not manage 6 kids? This is what we have, and it's every day this is what we wake up for. We wake up for our family, and we get done what we have to get done. Dad? I think one of the most important things that any new parent needs to realize is you can't be too hard on yourself. Physically, I'm tired, I'm still a little sore. Mentally, I'm a little drained on occasion. You know, we all fall down and we pick right back up. It's not easy for me to give myself a pat on the back, but I'm really proud of me, and I'm proud of my husband, and I'm proud of our family.
Big smiles.
Okay, are we ready? Hamilton? Hamilton! Hamilton! Now where to go? Come here. Come here. Stay inside. No more running out. Okay, we're ready. No. Okay, what does it say to do next, Jake?
I have to wait till we get to the turn.
Well, it should be talking to us.
Now we have to stop.
Well, that's a good idea because it's a red light. I think I'm gonna go left. Am I turning left or right?
You just have to make a right.
Why isn't that GPS lady talking to us?
Let me see that. Make a point. You have to go to High Station Road.
Oh, do I need to turn right next or left next?
Left. I mean right. We're almost there, bud.
You give good directions,
I
Jake.
pressed the uppercase button.
I wish you wouldn't push buttons at all, sweetie.
Go 5 miles!
I don't think it's 5 miles, but maybe it's 1.5 miles. Dougie's going crazy here. I'll be very relieved once I get to the hospital and I know Mommy's okay.
These are nice balloons you guys picked out.
The day Nicole came home, the babies were 4 days old, premature, tiny little things, and I know Nicole was feeling that separation anxiety. I wanted them to stay put and to get the care that they were getting in the intensive care unit. I thought it would be a good idea to bring a dog trainer in for Hamilton because we were concerned about how he would behave around the babies.
Come on up. I asked Stephen and Nicole if they could bring some of the baby's items home with them, whether it be clothing or a blanket with their scent on it, so that we can show Hamilton that he needs to respect that scent, right? And he needs to give it space until he's allowed into the area where the baby's scent is. That's good boy. Having a dog is like having another child. So in reality, you have 7 kids.
Yes. No, I've been aware of that.
When I got home from the hospital and I decided to organize the nursery a little bit and get everything together. I am a planner and I'm overwhelmingly organized, and I wanted to be organized before we had the babies. But you're coming into this and you don't know what they're gonna need. It makes you feel like you're actually doing something even though that they're away.
IVs and give them a steady stream of sugar water because we don't want them to get hypoglycemic.
Okay, yeah.
So far, so good.
Very good. They looked good.
So we're going to get IVs and give them a steady stream of sugar water because we don't want them to get hypoglycemic.
Okay, yeah.
It's just so sweet. This one is not